Okay, it's done, it's officially done. Today, Tuesday 22nd of December, Congress has passed a bipartisan bill offering as much as $284 billion more for Paycheck Protection Program (PPP) and economic injury disaster loans, representing as a little more than a half of the size of first round's $500 billion. For many struggling businesses, a second round of money could make a difference between survival and closing up shop. To be honest, I also applied for a PPP loan in May of 2020 and I hope to do this again in 2021. In this video, I will briefly and very clearly show you what is included in this bill. Please consider to subscribe on my channel if you want to get updates regarding this topic. Okay, now let's go. You have to check the table I will put in the video if you have plans. I know you have plans to apply for a new PPP loan. Okay. The second draw, which will only require 25% reduction in revenue for the second draw between a similar quarter of 2019-2012. You have to have 300 or fewer employees. There are a lot of new PPP provisions for items that are included, like damage from riots, property damage, things like they're actually now included under the PPP along with many other provisions. The big thing is all PPP loans and expenses related to those PPP loans will be tax deductible. This basically creates a double tax benefit. I will not fully explain that in this video, but it basically double dipping. Just a quick example. Imagine you got a $5,000 computer replaced for you by the government. So you basically got a $5,000 computer, right? And then they say you like, hey, why don't you take a tax write-off as well as if you paid for it, because that's a kind of what is happening in this bill, and government basically giving you $5,000 for that $5,000 computer. And if you're even spending that much on a computer, they're giving you $5,000. You are paying for $5,000 for your computer. Basically, but it's not your money and the government's still letting you take a tax write-off, so realistically you are getting $5,000 plus the money you are saving on tax. So you see the tax benefit of the PPP alone is almost worth taking the PPP, and it's incredible. Okay, what is about EIDL? What we have in this bill? So there are just a quick overview of economic injury disaster loans. There are two methods that you can use to get EIDL. Okay, method number one works if you live in an area that is considered as a low income area and you have an income reduction of 30%. If you qualify with these two rules, you can get up to $10,000 for having a side hustle, a small business. You don't have to have LLC, you don't have to have an S corporation, you don't have to have employees. You can get up to $10,000 totally free money. You don't have to pay it back. And there are also method number two. Method two is you can get a $1,000 EIDL grant for every employee you have at your small business. If it's just you, you get one employee. If it's you and your wife, you will have two employees. If you have you and your wife and one more employee, you have three employees. That means you would get $1,000, $2,000 or $3,000, and more details to come on that when the SBA actually comes out with the approval for that. I hope you like this update regarding a PPP loan program and EIDL. Please consider to subscribe, click the like button, and I will keep you informed about anything that happened in this area.